hoping it hits you in the head.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to this scene of ours. My name is Abel. I'm here with my brother Jeff. Jeff, say what's up to the crowd.
What's up?
That's it?
That's it. That's all they get.
Edwin.
What's up, everybody?
There you go. You're getting everybody there. And today's a very special day because we have a legend amongst our midst today. All right. This gentleman, since we've been around, the first big event that we ever went to, we spoke about it on one of our episodes. We saw his group perform. And our consensus at the end of the night that they had the best show of the night. You remember that, Jeff?
I do remember. February 2005.
February 2005, a long time ago. He's been all over the world, representing New Jersey. Give it up for our brother, Ismael Otero.
What's up?
Welcome, brother.
Glad to be here.
How are you?
Chilling.
Okay.
Always chilling.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Because you got some T on the J. You know what that means?
Nope.
That means you got some time on the job. You've been doing this a little while.
Yes.
How long you been dancing for?
I think 30 years.
Holy shit.
Damn. Ismael, are you a grumpy old man now?
Yes.
You're like
I've become that guy.
You've become the grumpy old man.
Yep. I've become that guy.
These young cats, they don't respect. Like you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
All right. So this will be good then.
I used to be the kid.
Well, make sure. Well, since you're that grumpy old dude, we got you.
Did you
a juice.
get that? Did you get that when you were coming up? Like that you felt like the old generation was like
Listen, the OGs came down on me hard, the way I dressed, and every time like there was a show with their teams, everybody would come out, with a suit, a blazer, and I would come out with like
everybody would go to Portobello and get their Portobello's finest $79 suit and shit, right?
And you didn't want to do that.
I was a thug.
You went to Bang Bang and got some shit to perform from there.
Yeah.
All right, so we're drinking juice for Ismael today because Ismael, we try to keep all our guests happy, and this is what he chose. He wanted to have
what do you have? Apple juice?
Apple juice.
I'm going to have pineapple juice. I heard it's good for you.
It's good for you.
For your what?
For your semen. It makes it sweet.
Okay. We're off to a running start. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Too sweet,
To sweetening.
Cheers.
Salud. All right, so I'm curious because you say you were a thug. Okay, so like how do you go from being a thug
from thug to Rhinestones?
Yeah, I feel like when you say I was a thug, I think New Jersey Drive is what I think of.
Basically, well.
Nah, I think Radimus and Juice.
No, but I'm talking about Jersey, like.
Yeah, but if he was probably Radimus.
Where in Jersey are you from?
I live in Jersey City.
That's where you're like born and raised?
No, I was born in Lower East Side.
Oh, okay.
That's where the scars from, Lower East Side. Lower East Side.
Radimus.
And then I lived in Bushwick.
Okay, and then you moved to Jersey.
Because of all the crime, and every time it was a family get-together, it was at a funeral. So my mother said, we got to get out of New York. It was really bad.
So she moved to Jersey City.
So let's go to Jersey. Let's go to safe-ass Jersey City.
Jersey City was
/
safe.
Newark.
Jersey City was safe until the New Yorkers that wanted to be safe went to Jersey and we messed it up.
Ruined it.
Yeah.
Talk about settling.
Yep.
God damn. I mean, let me go from the hood to the next hood.
We made it a hood.
So how old were you when you moved to Jersey?
I don't remember. I was
a teenager or
like probably a teenager, like maybe like 12, 13.
12, 13. Okay, so basically like high school was in New Jersey.
Yes.
What high school did you go to in Jersey?
I went to Dickinson High School.
Where's that?
It's in Jersey City Heights. It was like one of the first mixed schools because it was either all Hispanic, all black, or all white. That one, everybody was there, and every day was a fight.
Shout out to Progression.
Yes.
What year is that? How old are you, dude? What is this, 1960?
I'm 53. This ain't my choice. This is natural.
Yeah. 1953. Okay.
Me too, but I'm working on.
Dude, he's talking about integration. Like this, I know. Okay, so you go to high school in Jersey. You told me you were a b-boy.
Yes.
So you were a breakdancer.
Yes.
What kind of breakdancer were you? Did you pop and lock, or
everything.
did you like floor work,
Floor
and
work,
power moves and all that stuff?
Everything. I did everything.
Okay. What was your favorite?
What did you prefer?
I prefer when people throw away refrigerators because they had that big box, so we could just put it on the floor. And I wasn't like great. I was average, but I was able to do every move. You
Okay.
know, windmills, the typical stuff.
But what's your favorite style? What was your favorite?
My brother swears he's a b-boy, by the way. He swears.
Jeff's the biggest hater that we have.
My man, he used to get the nylon boards and
did.
put it on
We
cardboard.
actually bought a
and
vinyl.
he thought he was
My
a
man, I
breakdancer.
bought cardboard, and then we actually bought a vinyl carpet and taped it over it. We had a legit
You see?
breakdancing floor. We used to put that on concrete.
That's high level stuff right there.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
You were
I was
terrible,
down.
though.
I was
You
in the
sucked.
mix. Whatever.
Well, you
That's not the
sucked.
point. The
I'm
point
just
was the heart was
got
there.
video?
Huh?
I have video somewhere.
There's video
There's
somewhere.
videos, there's
It's
videos.
not very good. It's not very good at all.
All right, so you b-boy. Where does salsa come in?
More like pride. Even though like my mother always wanted me to dance salsa, I didn't want to do it because we would make fun of the salseros because they were like pretty boys.
Like,
Yeah, so we were like, and then one day I realized that I'm battling against other guys, and the pretty boys dancing with girls. And I want
okay.
to dance with a girl.
The
you know?
key,
Yeah.
women.
Always.
Okay.
And I went to a company party, and everybody that was not Latin was dancing salsa except me. And for the next few weeks, they just kept throwing it in my face. Oh, you can't even dance your own music.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, and I couldn't tell the difference between salsa and merengue. It sounded the same to me. Da 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 da.
It's interesting he says that though, because the clave is the same in both.
I didn't even know what a clave was back in those days.
Okay. So how do you get into a class? What was your first class you take?
Well, when you're a b-boy, there's no such thing as classes. You got it or you don't.
Okay.
So my mother was like, take classes, and we had a family friend, Luis Segala.
Oh.
so he's your father that gave.
He used to pick on me when I was a little boy. So I hated him. And
Luis Segara used to pick on you?
Yeah, 'cause I was,
He's
I was-
like 5'4".
yeah, but I was a little kid.
Oh,
He's younger than.
Yeah.
All right.
They're not the same
Cause
age.
because I look at Luis Segara,
They're
his
not the
frame,
same age.
He doesn't seem like the picking on type. You feel me?
And I was a little
But
boy.
what would he used to do? Like pick on you, like just
Like a wedgie?
push me around, and and just every time he would call, I'd be like, he had a class in Manhattan. My mother said, "Go take classes with Luis." I go, "I ain't going over there. I ain't gonna take no class from him." And then I said, "I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna get it." And I'm looking, and I'm like tripping over myself, and I'm like, "This is not easy. How the hell can I can spin on my hand, but I can't do like those little steps, Until, of course, one of my coworkers, she says she's dying to learn how to dance salsa. To show off, I said, "My friend teaches." And she said, "Well, I want to learn, but you have to come with me." And I was like, "Okay." She said, "You're twisting my arm, And I went to Faisal. Faisal was like a very, very old studio, and it had no heat.
Where was that?
Sounds like
On
our first
46 and 47, I think. 48 and 8th Avenue.
48th and 8th Avenue. Okay.
It was freezing. And you could hear all the flamenco upstairs.
Oh, I've taught at a place like that before.
And I walked in there and, basically did what Luis told me. And I liked it. And I just kept going at it. And because he's Luis, I would never pay him.
So you got it for free.
Not really, because once he saw that I'm not paying him, he said, "You're going to help me."
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why he stopped paying you at congresses and shit. Right? What was the event there? New Jersey, New York. I'm sure you didn't get paid for that shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm messing around. I'm messing around.
All right. So you start helping them out with the classes, and then that's kind of where everything kind of starts taking off for you.
It started taking off for me, no, because I was a very horrible. I didn't know what I was doing.
Neither did Edwin.
yeah.
Well, you understand then.
Because we determined that Edwin was the worst beginner ever, so you might have given him some comps.
It's a lie, but
No, I wasn't that bad.
don't you hate the worst beginner ever? Like there's no
Yeah.
like how
Yeah,
you
no such
can't.
thing.
I was no.
Bro.
Do it. Still have
Okay.
nightmares.
No, but then they had me teaching like the basic, and I didn't know when to go into the next step. And I have like 5 people behind me, and I'm like, when the hell do I go into the Suzy Q? You know, I'm like, go! And I would just jump into it, you know? But I started getting good at it because Luis Segara and Nelson Flores always put me with the beginner.
Wait a minute. So how do you interject Nelson?
Nelson started helping Luis Segara.
Oh, okay.
So every time there was a
Wait a
beginner,
minute, was Luis Segarra Nelson's father to the game?
probably his uncle.
Probably his uncle. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard that Luis Segarra used to bust Nelson's ass in competition. I heard that.
Yeah.
It's true, right?
Well, he was one of the first people that did the showmanship, you know, that crowd pleaser stuff.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else was just, you know, oh, look what I can do. He was like, nah, cheer, you know. And he did a lot
He's
of
the
that's
one.
how he was.
He's to blame.
Yeah. This is Luis Segara.
So who was better though, in your opinion?
Luis Segara was better with footwork. Nelson was better with partner work.
Okay.
Nelson was the guy that always had the latest steps.
Like partner work wise.
Partner work wise. He had stuff like we never seen before.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's high praise because you were that guy at one point.
No, that was me after.
No, I know. I'm saying that's what I'm trying to say. Like I mean, I'm probably jumping the timeline a little bit.
Yeah.
But at some point, like
You became the turn pattern guy.
you became like the
Well,
Yeah, I remember.
If I had to pick 2 people like with like turn patterns like moves, I would say it would be you and like Super Mario.
yes.
Right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, I remember one time it was I think it was, I don't know if it was Gache or what, and it was like and Gabe Perez was there.
Oh, he's
And
a
you
beast.
know, and he was but he wasn't he would be very particular.
Yeah.
And you were dancing, you know, and we were all still pretty new in the game. He's like, yo, if you want to watch someone, watch this guy right here.
Yeah.
And it was you, and you
remember
were
that,
doing. I was like, and I didn't really know you at the time. We didn't know each other, and I saw you, and I was like, wow, this guy's doing some interesting things. Like you were.
It was interesting.
And you could tell now when I look back, and I remember that date because I remember it felt like you were. I don't want to say taking chances, but you were trying things out, to see what works and stuff like that. But
Well,
they were still good. It was
The
like
thing
it
is
was
that back
just
in
a
those
different-
days, everybody
sube el
looked the same.
micrófono.
Everybody looked the same. Everybody
Both of
dressed
ya.
the same.
Try to put it a little closer. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody would dress the same, look the same, and I wanted to be different.
Yeah.
So the whole creating turn pattern started when I asked Eddie Torres, who does he look up to? And he said, creative people that are creative. And I'm like, I was creative in hip hop. Let me try to do something with, you know, turn pattern because I have 2 sisters. And I would like, just give me your arms. So I made up my first turn pattern. And then I showed it to Eddie. And then I showed it to Nelson. Nelson wasn't impressed. He said, now go home and add more to it. And that's what I did. I added more to it. And then I went to Latin quarters and I would do it. And everybody started like asking me like, yo, where you get that turn pattern? I said, I made it up. After that, I was like a drug dealer.
Like selling crack.
Yo, let me
Got
get
that
that.
turn
Yeah, I got
pattern?
those bundles.
Let me get that.
I got these bundles for you. Okay.
And then I did the same thing with some footwork. Yeah, I did some footwork. We were doing like
Bars.
something in Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, and they started
Oh
asking
yeah,
me for
some
some
Jimmy
footwork.
Bronx Cafe.
Yeah.
That is
Damn, bro.
salsa y fuego.
Salsa
Salsa con
con
fuego.
fuego.
For those, again, we're gonna try to list off the addresses of these places. But salsa con fuego used to be Jimmy Bronx Cafe.
It's off
Gangsta.
of Fordham on 87.
Gangsta.
You get
And I
over-
think after that it became Jet Set Cafe. I think. I
I
went in
thought
there
Jet
once.
Set was on Webster.
Yes,
I
you're
feel
right.
like
You're right. You're right.
I
You're right.
feel like Vitico was like,
That's probably what Vitico. Was he still talking? Did you know Vitico back then?
We used to call Vitico Dracula. Because he had like no, because he had this long hair and he would wear like you know, like he was very fashionable. And when he would walk in,
he would wear like those old Yamule costumes that they used to wear with the ruffles, like that.
No, not like that.
You know what I'm talking about? Like in the early
Like an actual
Yamule.
vampire.
Yeah.
No.
When he walked in, you know he was there, and everybody would like crowd him to say what's up to him. You know?
Yeah.
He was a man like since the beginning I ever saw him. You know, and
That's the kind of respect I want.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like Mickey
I
Free.
want Vitico respect.
It's like Mickey Free. and
We gotta
Dave
work
Chappelle's
together.
So who
I
else?
want Vitico respect.
All right.
He
So
had
since
the
we
aura.
mentioned
He had the
Vitico,
aura.
who else was like in that time frame? Who else was like around? And if you give me a year, I don't know if you give me an exact year, but if you could just throw back to a year, just so we can have an idea.
All right, look, in the late 90s,
Late 90s. Okay.
97, 98, 99,
Okay.
Luis Segara was the first person to teach Mambo in New Jersey,
Okay.
and I was the second. So we would go to Side Street because that's where all the best dancers were.
Side Street was in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Where in the Bronx was Side Street?
Blondell Ave.
Yes.
Okay.
So the best dancers went there, and the scene was a lot smaller. And like I said, those are a select few that were killing the game there. Luis, Nelson, Tomas,
Fuck him.
Jason Molina.
Jason used to live here, right?
Yeah, and Jason, he used to dance like Fred Astaire. He used to always wear black, and he was like smooth with it. Not like how he does now. He does it more motion, but before he was more like Fred Astaire, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So
Do you know Wilton?
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
I must have saw him, but I just didn't know who he was.
Okay.
When I sat down with him once and he spoke a lot about Side Street. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
So that was like what would you compare Side Street to now? Is there an equivalent?
No, that wasn't. They also had like this little format. Most of the top dogs didn't know this, but like the students knew this. That if you was by the stage, you were a beginner, and if you go toward the middle, you you by the exit, you were advanced.
That's how
Jimmy's used to be.
used to be like
Jimmy's
that.
used to be like that. Jimmy's used to
Like
be
all the professionals over there.
Yeah.
Were like we walked in.
Superstar corner.
Yo, so this is late '90s. Where does Caribbean Soul come into this? Like, what year does Caribbean Soul start?
Officially, 1997.
Wow.
97.
Luis Agata had a thing called Mambo Showdown.
Yeah, Mambo Showdown dancers. You remember we saw a video with him?
That was him, Vitico,
and Marino.
Marino, and then it was Jorday, Tiffany, and Giselle.
At one point, it was them.
Yes.
There's a video of
that was like 2001.
We have there's a video of them dancing at either the first or the second New York Congress.
Yes.
I
And they
have
were
it.
in the tuxedos with I think it was red.
Yeah, I know they were in tuxes.
You know what I remember about that? A lot of spinning,
Yeah.
interestingly enough. So 1997, who's on your first team? Like, who are your first?
My sister, Grisel Ponce, my older sister, Irene.
Irene.
Yeah. A lot of
Okay.
people don't know who she is, but they used to call her La Diabla. She used to, make guys look stupid. If you dance with her, she will make you look stupid.
What does that mean? Make you look stupid?
Yeah.
What is
Like
exactly?
you know how the guy he's leading, he's all suave and he's cool. She would like when you hold the girl like that. She hated that, so she had this move where she would put her knees between your legs and open it up and almost cause you to split. Or she would go
That shit
between your
sounds
legs
like
and
abuse.
kick you in the ass. It was.
I'm gonna be honest. Kind of sounds like something I'd like.
Yeah, you gotta try it then.
I gotta meet her. I gotta meet this Irene. Okay, so Irene, who else was on that team?
Brenda Ramos.
I've heard this name before, Joe.
Yeah.
She was in Land Madness.
Yes.
Yeah, she was.
She's the one that came up with the name Caribbean Soul.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
And who else?
Greg Taylor, Joey, Danny. I don't remember the last names, but it was a big group of us.
1997.
Who were some of the
Groups around
the,
at that
who
time.
was okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
groups?
I'll ask my question.
It was only I think, in my opinion, that I know 5 or 6 main groups.
And what were they?
Damn, man.
Razzmatazz?
Razzmatazz, yeah.
Ah, you see?
Yeah, Razzmatazz helped me a lot.
He's from Jersey too, no?
No,
No, he wasn't. Okay.
no. It's from the Lower East Side.
Okay.
He danced 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who else? Razzmatazz?
Eddie Torres. Fuerza
Caribbean Soul.
Latina.
Fuerza Latina was.
What was Fuerza Latina?
That's Luis Agato's group.
Okay.
Oh, because I know them as Mambo Showdown dancers.
Okay.
So we all did the same choreo to Soneros de Bailadores, was it? No, not that one.
No, you did Son de
los Cueros, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody
I've seen
did that number.
I've seen that. I've seen that. That was like the Kimbara for the Colombians because they love that song. Kimbara get kimbamba.
De la Cruz.
Yeah, Rancancan is I hated Rancancan. Everybody was like, it
So
was the law. Then we had Descarga Latina, Santo Rico. I think those were kind of like the first ones.
you guys all got along with each other? Who was the assholes out of that group?
What kind of asshole?
You know what I'm talking about. Like the people that y'all didn't fuck with. That it was like, let's leave them over there.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Right, or a rival.
Yeah. Like who was like, maybe you're. I don't know how I don't know how to word it, Jeff. Help me out with this.
I
You're
don't know.
good.
Everybody like me. I don't know.
Who didn't you like?
Who didn't you like?
I can't remember.
You didn't have beef with anybody?
The thing is that beef was like really like not with like groups or
Well,
well-known
like
people,
individuals.
but like in like events, if I didn't like somebody, you know, it was handled.
Oh, word.
Damn.
That Jersey talk. That Jersey talk.
Yeah.
That happened? Like that used to be a thing?
Listen, everybody sees me now like the nice teddy bear. I wasn't always a good boy. You know, I was short, and everybody would pick on me, so I was always fighting.
So you had that Napoleon thing going.
No, I didn't.
You had that short king thing going on.
No, they come to me. They will come to me,
you,
start
Rodimus.
trouble, and I finished it.
You're Rodimus from
So
now
you
on.
got into a fight at a Congress before?
Well, we were known as the first ghetto group.
The
I
Caribbean
heard there
Soul?
was a big Caribbean soul fight. What was it?
There was a few of them,
Name two.
and the thing is,
Name two.
all right. The funny thing about it is that the women were tougher than the guys.
I know that.
Isn't
you
that always
had
the case?
Jamie, you had Grisel on your team.
Candy.
Oh, you had
God.
Candy on your team? Yo, I had the biggest crush on that woman. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm telling my truth.
No,
I was
it
in love with that
in
woman.
Montreal.
Miss
That's
Emile.
when I had John Jay on my team.
Yeah.
And-
Shout out to John.
Yeah, so he was
guy.
like helping the workshops, and this is the time when you're not allowed to film, 'cause you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he would tell this one guy stop filming, and the guy kept filming. Finally, he tells him, "I'm not gonna tell you anymore. You better stop filming." So David Melendez said, "Tell him we're gonna confiscate the tape if he doesn't." So when he went to tell him, the guy says, "I'm not talking to you. I'm gonna talk to him." And then he goes, "No, you're talking to me." He goes, he goes, "You get out of here." And then he goes in his face, goes to John Jay's face like this. Shh. All you saw was John Jay's swinging over, hitting him. I run over there, I grab him, and I sit him down. And I go, "Stay, calm down, calm down." And then I start laughing. I'm cracking up. And he's mad. He's looking at me. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "Because now you're the troublemaker."
Not you.
Now you.
Yeah. It's like Abel. Every time Abel loses his handle, I look way better.
Now, part two, I wasn't there, but I could tell you the East Coast side.
I heard Caribbean Soul got their ass kicked on this.
Nah, hell no.
Wait,
That's
who
what
did-
I heard.
no, what are you talking about? Who did they
Huh?
fight with?
I heard something with like the Vasquez brothers. I
With
don't know,
Paparin?
but I heard y'all got your ass
I
kicked.
heard
You
about
must be out of your mind.
No,
With
what
Paparin?
happened? What happened? Wait, what happened? What happened?
All right, this-
we gotta hear you.
I want to know.
You know what it is? There's a lot of gossip in the scene. Like
Yeah.
You know what?
everybody talks, right?
You know what?
a lot of
we
different
gotta-
versions. There's different versions.
I
to
got
the
the
story.
people that were there from the East Coast. The West Coast, maybe I'll ask them one day, but but we did kind of like talk to them a little bit though. And what happened was like, you know, they like to get on the mic a lot. And
Who? Who likes to go?
the Vasquez brothers. Well, everybody from the West Coast. It was like that. They would do
I
a
mean,
show.
you know,
it's
and
the
then-
culture.
Yeah,
It's the culture.
the
It's the
culture was
culture.
to give an acceptance speech. I want to thank everybody. Meanwhile, there's like 50 groups behind you, and you give an acceptance speech.
Wait. Hold on.
Hey, wait, this was during the shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
No, that used to happen back in the day.
Yeah.
So you take it.
Fuck
so you,
that.
So
Yo, wait. Let's just make this very clear. This is not happening at Tri-State or New York. We're not letting nobody speak after they show. Proceed. I'm sorry. You want to make
Well,
that clear.
remember, over there, it's more popular. It's Hollywood, you know? So
Yeah, I remember that.
that's how it's just how it is over there.
Okay.
it's taking too long.
Yeah, you know, by the time, you
I'm assuming.
know, for real, I'm cold. I'm like, oh,
Yo,
man.
you remember the Dave Chappelle skit? Yo, wrap it up, B.
So basically, DJ JRS was my sister's boyfriend, and Daniel Ramirez was my other sister's boyfriend, and then Grisela was there.
Is that who I'm thinking about?
Yeah, Danny Ramirez.
Okay.
And
And
DJ
the
JR from
yeah.
Poconos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he lowered the music, and Francisco told him turn on the fucking music up, and he goes, "Yo, not with me, not here." So then Rogelio came from behind and sucker punched him. And
Sucker punched who?
Junior.
Oh.
And then all hell breaks loose.
Who's
This is at a
Rogelio?
Congress?
He's a dancer from the West Coast.
Okay, I don't know him.
This is at a Congress?
Yes.
What Congress is this?
It was harassment task Congress with Angel Rodriguez
Where at?
and Torino.
In Italy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was in Japan. So
Why were you in Japan? Why were you in Japan while your team was in Italy? What
they-
kind of
they
disrespectful
booked-
shit
they
is
booked
this?
They booked me for Japan, and they wanted Caribbean soul, so I said, you guys go.
Yo, you know what kind of flex that is, Jeff?
Yo, that's a flex.
That's a flex and a half. Nah, I was in Japan while this happened.
No, the thing is, look, basically, when a lot of teams is always director and team. My team, everybody knew everybody. So they kind of like, okay, we know him, so okay, bring him. Plus, it's Grisel and my sisters. And once they started fighting, then the Italians started like kicking them. And that's when the girls got up on that stage and started kicking some ass.
Whoa.
And my sister Irene, she beats up dudes, you know, and
Shout out to Irene.
No, you don't understand.
Irene, I've met you.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for you.
I spoke to Angel Rodriguez like last year. He goes, all I remember was Irene beating up everybody. And then people look at Grisel, and she's like from the hood of Newark.
Yeah.
So I would drop her off after rehearsals, and she would have like these skimpy outfits, and she gets out. She goes, so are we gonna rehearse? I go, yeah, get the fuck out. Because her neighborhood, I don't think it had any color. It was just gray and black. That's how gloomy it was in there. And I'm like, yo, get into your house because I'm gonna get carjacked in this piece, you know? Yeah, she came to my class one time with a busted lip to try to carjack her.
Really?
Yes. And then Jamie, she another one that she would fight dudes. She's the one that saved me from this scar here, you know, this scar
Yeah,
here.
Jamie Mato. Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, she saved me. I was supposed to save her, but she saved me.
Jesus Christ, you guys were real thugs.
I heard it turned into like WWE, man. I heard there was chairs flying and
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
think it was like 150,000 worth of damage. Yeah.
Damn, this is better than the Connecticut fight.
But then they took everybody to the room,
This is way better than the Connecticut fight.
and Francisco says, "I didn't know that was your boyfriend," you know. And then they kind of like, you know,
They squashed
they
it?
squashed it, except
Oh, y'all together? Yo, my
Yo, you know
bad.
what it is? Yo, you know what the thing is? The Vasquez brothers, they give me a lot of Rick James vibes. Like,
Yo.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even know that.
it would have been like this: Francisco and Junior would have went outside, duked it out, come back, and have a beer. You know?
Yeah. That
It's a Latino thing, you know?
We talked about that the other day. Like, you know, I used to fight a lot. You know, for some reason I used to get picked on all the time. My brother would
Jeff
tell
still
you.
gets picked on.
How?
I don't know why. Yo,
I have
honestly,
no idea
Jeff's
why.
a target. People look at Jeff like, yo, this guy's soft. And today's my day to pick on somebody soft.
They love doing that shit.
Yo, like my mom, she has small dogs, like weenies, like Chiweenie kind of dogs, and Jeff would be walking them, and dudes in the street would be like, "Oh yeah, you look mad tough, my G," and Jeff would be like, "Yo, I'll fucking smack you, bro. What are you talking about?" I don't.
Yeah.
What? Mess with my image. Chill. I'm just saying I had to defend myself a lot
Yeah.
while I was younger.
Understandable.
But it's people do it to him. They've never ever done that to me in the street. It's just
Yeah.
weird. But he's huge, so you would think that people would know to leave him alone. It's the oddest thing in the world.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
You can't do anything about it. We are who we are, Jeff. People know better when they see me in the streets.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You never know who's who. That's why, you know, I don't underestimate anybody.
so what year is that?
I don't remember.
Jesus Christ.
That was like 3 or 4, right? Like 2003,
All right, listen,
2004.
while you guys ask the question, I need you to realize I got my head cracked here and here. I don't remember a lot of
That's
stuff.
okay. That's what I'm here for.
Jeff's gonna be the.
I'm here to
our guy.
confirm your dates.
Jeff- yeah,
That's
Jeff
my only
remembers
purpose
dates.
on this show is to confirm dates.
You were at the. Were you at the first New York Salsa Congress in the Catskills?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I know you did Oye Lo Que Te Conviene.
Yeah.
I remember.
Okay.
Wow, you know more than me.
Yeah, I remember.
Jeff, we're the one routine that I remember that was like really like embedded in my
The green
brain.
one that they.
Nope,
Which
not
one?
that one. The green one, but I do remember that there was a trick that you guys pulled the girl from like behind you. And
That
she
was
does a
the
flip
green
in front of
one.
you. That's the green one. The one that is embedded in my brain was you had like it was like a piano. It was like
Yeah,
a,
you did it in 03.
and then you pulled the costume down, and it was like
No,
a
you
bass.
turned it
Piano.
over.
It's
and
like a
the
violin. It's
guitar-
like a little
the
guitar.
piano violin, like a.
That was
a
creative.
bass.
That was very
It was a bass. It was a bass or something like that. And you guys were playing the bass.
the
It was
bass
black and white.
Yes, and then it turned into a cuatro.
Yes.
Those
Yeah,
were the
yeah.
days that nobody
Yeah,
cut
bro.
music. You just played the whole song.
Yo, 6-minute routine.
6-minute routines, baby.
Not even that. We even added intros too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Those days.
Yeah.
It was a
And
five
you know-
minute, it
you
was
know
a
what?
5-minute song. Yo, let's add an intro. Like a
Yeah,
2-minute
and you know-
intro.
The funny that choreo.
Now in the Congress, I'm like by the DJ. How much time? 2 minutes. Jeez. Is that ever gonna
It's
end?
been like 5 minutes, and that choreo. Before that, I did all the choreos. Everybody knows the choreo, but that one choreo is when everybody would ask me, "That's a nice choreo. Who did it?"
Of
Like,
course, yeah.
That's the only choreo people. Think
Well,
I
you
can
know
do.
what? I will say this. A lot of the routines that I've seen of yours, you're kind of in like the back corner, right? Like
You're never like a centerpiece.
Oh,
but listen, in the routines that I choreograph, I was never in the center either. I was like, I'm 6'3", 300 pounds. What the hell am I gonna do in the middle? So I always threw myself in the back.
No, my choreos, whoever does it the best is in the front.
That's good. So you know what else too that I will say that I think like that's a really huge point. I think the transition into social media, specifically like YouTube. Before YouTube in our scene, we had imambo.tv, and you were all over that. Like I remember you
That's
were.
because you knew him, right?
What do you mean?
Jaru, whatever his name was.
Jaru?
Jero.
That was your
Jarreau,
boy, right?
yes.
That's why. That's
But
why
like-
you were all over that.
No, but more importantly,
I'm
so
kidding.
he was at every event.
Nah, yeah.
Like there was always something with a video of you dancing, and then there would always be some interjection with you and what's the guy's name from Texas, Jeff?
Which guy? Oh yeah, Lee.
Lee Rio.
Yeah,
Lee and Troy.
you, Lee, and Troy would always do something like a skit or funny skit. You were at every event, bro. Like when you had it in a stronghold, bro. Like
You know
were
what?
traveling like crazy.
David Melendez, may he rest in peace, is the one that started that.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Canada, and you know we will always fool around. We
Mm-hmm.
were like kids. We were back kids, you know. And basically, he said to me and Alice Spinoza, he goes, "Yo, I wanted you to do that on stage." And we're like, "What do you mean? You know what you be doing here? Just I'm gonna put a song on you guys." So we put a little skit together, and everybody liked it. And then, like, you know, when there's technical difficulties, they will put us to do something. We had to imitate people. And it became a thing.
Yeah,
To a point that I will get calls and be like, "Hey, we want to invite you. Can you do that skit?" And I'm like, "You know, I still dance, right? Yeah. But can you do the skit? You know?"
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell a funny story. So, we spoke about Edwin's first show in Boston.
Yes.
All right. So, he did his first show with Santo Rico. He was doing exhibition. He did Arrepentida in Boston. So, we went out there to surprise him. Right. He got picked for the show. I didn't because I obviously suck. So he got picked. Right. So we went to surprise him. So right before Exhibition comes out, is Al's show, and he's doing the Terminator skit.
Oh yeah. Terminator. Yo,
You followed that?
Wait.
Yo, you know what's
No,
funny?
wait.
I had never seen it. So
We
I
had
was
never
like-
seen
so I
it.
was
We
like,
had
yo,
never
what?
seen it. That was the first
I had
time
never
we saw
seen
it.
it. The first time. So I was like, yo, what is
listen,
going on?
This is good. So he goes, he comes out, he does the Terminator skit, Catherine Brewster, you know, the whole thing, and he does the Ray Charles, he does the whole shit, right? Crowd absolutely fucking pops, bro. Everybody goes crazy, right?
You popped it.
Yeah, he popped. So crowd goes crazy, right? And then David comes out because he was hosting, and he goes, "You guys like that? Yeah. You want to see them do it again? Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
You want to see them do it again? Yeah. Here he is, out liquid silver." So the crowd's going crazy. And then come these guys out and they make fun of the number, right? So that, like, it gets an even bigger standing ovation than the original number, right? So they go, they do it, they make fun of it. You guys did it. It was funny as shit. We're all laughing. And, right, the crowd is like, oh, everybody got up, standing ovation for the spoof. And then it's like, give it up for Exhibition Santo Rico.
Yo, that's a tough act to follow.
The crowd went absolutely dead. and Edwin
was
had
my
a good
first-
show. And then afterwards, we're like, yo, bro, this was really tough to follow. Like, what are you going to do?
You know what's funny is that I never seen the Terminator show, so I was like, what am I watching? Because it was great. It was great. So I was like, I've never seen something like that. Then
Yeah,
they
bro.
came out, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, but think about
But
it.
you know what's funny? I'm going to say, you almost, because I was nervous. This is my first show, first Congress. I didn't know what a Congress really was. And then I was like, wow, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
I didn't know these guys were there. I felt like I was just by myself. And I didn't even know the team like that.
Right.
really.
We were new. We were
So
like there for like
when
a
they
month
did
or
that,
two.
I was like, well, I said, they ain't going to clap for us, so I got nothing to lose.
Nah, but look, you gotta
I'm going to
understand.
smile. I'm going to give it my all because
Yo, what are you
Remember,
gonna
we
do?
I
lost
had
this
that
battle
trick.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
Get
back,
on.
the Terminator trick. Yes, 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 yes.
So I did it with John Jay. He's big.
Yeah.
And we did it. That's basically the crowd pleaser right there.
Yeah.
But what people don't realize, all those tricks that I've done, I did another spoof with Dave Paris.
Yeah. I remember that one too.
And I did a handstand, and he held me up like that.
I remember that.
Right? All those tricks was pure luck. I was more surprised than the audience, you know? And people don't realize that. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not falling down, you know? Everybody
Yo,
think,
that was
everybody
great.
swears I could do everything. It was just pure luck. Porque yo me tiro. I just,
Those were great times.
They were. Do you? All right. Because obviously, like, do you think, in terms of where we are in our salsa, like, do you think it was better then or it's better now?
I think it's better than, as far as what people wanted. Back then, in my opinion, we more want to show what we created, what we can do, and fame came from that. Now people want fame first, you know. So their motive is not to show what I can create. What they're like, what's in style? Let me perfect it, and hopefully, you know, I get gigs from it.
So would you say what's in style, right? You saying that people are, is it like a copying thing or is it like?
Well, there's always copying, because again, I think people want to go to whatever's the flavor of the month, you know. But before, everybody wanted.
By the
to be
way,
different.
I absolutely hate that term, flavor of the month. I'm just letting you know. If we're gonna be honest, I hate it when people say it. You know why? I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like that's a hating term. Like that's you hating on somebody else. Just because you know what? When you came out with Caribbean Soul, I guarantee you there was OGs saying, yo, this is just the flavor of the month. They
I
whack.
said it to myself. I still say it about myself.
So let me ask you a question: is that hater shit? Is that like eight old man talk, or is that like
No.
just genuinely how you feel?
No. If I'm gonna break it down, what I mean, basically, everybody has that time when you're here, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, someone else comes and, you know, then either you gotta reinvent yourself or just wait for your turn again.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
I'll never say it ever again.
Not in front of me, coño.
Only because of the way you looked at me,
Yo,
man.
don't let him scare you, bro.
Yo,
he gets bullied all the time.
He looks right into my soul.
He gets bullied all the time.
Nah. I only say that because, like, listen, I'm a promoter now, right? And artists will call me and be like, yo, I know I'm not the flavor of the month, but, you know, you want to work with me? And it's like, my man.
So what turn do you
Chill.
like?
What? No, it's not that. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying
or should I
is,
say,
what
yo,
listen.
I'm the person that at the
Listen.
moment I'm doing this.
Listen, everybody is not hot until they're hot, and everybody's hot till they're not hot. That's just the way it works.
See, now I take offense to that, man.
Why?
Because what if I'm cool?
All right, everybody's cool till they're not cool. Everybody's
Yeah,
you
but
know,
what are we
not cool
talking
till they're
about? Though?
cool.
We talking about being like friendly, or we talking about business?
Right,
But I
because
think
the
that's
the thing is that look, at the end of the day, right? Like talking, it's weird, man, because it's weird wearing both hats. And I guess at this point in my life, I'm transitioning more to a promoter than performer.
Right.
And that's kind of that's by choice, right? But this is where I want to be, right? So at the end of the day, right? I think that there's two sides to this, right? We have to think about you, like. If I hire you, you want to get paid, right? So my question is, what justifies your price, right? What justifies your price?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I've been working hard. Like, I've been dancing for 15 years. I've done this, and I've done that. Okay, great. That's your investment into dance. But now you're asking me to invest in you. The question is why, right?
Right.
And then it's like, well, I know I'm not the flavor of the month. Well, the flavor of the month is selling tickets. What are you doing for the event?
Right.
Right? Now, selling tickets is not everything. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that there has to be a balance, because at the end of the day, whenever anybody shows up to one of our events, they expect to get paid.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of artists. Well, I'm gonna put it this way. Most of the times, in a lot of these events, artists make more money than the promoters, right? There's a fundamental issue there because at the end of the day, the promoters are the ones taking the
all the
risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right? You did an event, so you know that now, right?
Yeah.
How was the
But wait,
experience?
get it back to your question. I'm gonna combine both your questions.
Yeah.
Why before it was better? And before, promoters will go to the event and they will pick you out of everybody else. And I remember the first time I double booked because all of a sudden people are asking me, come here, come there. I'm not gonna say no. I was like, yes. So I booked London and Germany at the same time. And I saw on a chat board, they started posting which Congress is I going to go to so I could get my flight.
Right.
So that meant at that time, since I said before it's better.
Yeah.
At that time, people were going to that event because I was there. So that makes it easier. And the promoter made money because I was there. It's not like today, like you're saying. So that's the reason why I choose before it was better.
Okay.
Before the artists were more impactful to the events. If you put an artist on a flyer, it meant people were gonna go. Right now, that is not necessarily the case. Right? Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
Yeah. That is true.
I agree with that
That is true.
for sure.
And I think it's everybody's fault.
Well, it's
a vicious
not,
circle.
The scene is growing. When it grows, right, then the marketing component comes into it. It becomes a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
And it's getting younger.
And remember, there's no courses or workshop you could take that will teach you how to change up with the times, right? And you guys know, when I have a question, I go right to you. Hey, why this? Why that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. There's no classes for it.
But even us though, right? Like we're like old, or at least what we consider.
Consider to the
Not,
new people.
I mean, yeah, and you got 30 years on, so you still got 10 years on us.
yeah, you're older than me.
But it's kind of like even us, we have issues keeping up with everything because now everything's moved so quickly, especially with social media. Another thing that we didn't have.
You used to do a routine and that shit used to last you 2 years.
Yeah.
Now in 3 months, people tired of it.
Yeah, and again, we didn't have YouTube where everything's accessible. We had imambo.tv, and he was posting very selectively what was supposed to be seen. He was more like a gatekeeper, and it was more enticing. I felt
But everything back then was more word of mouth because we didn't have access to see. So if you came out with a new routine, Escaga Latina, whatever, something, whatnot, a routine, it was hard to see unless you were there.
Yes.
Live.
And
Now that's why I'm gonna make the point that there was copying going on 20 years ago, even though you old school people act like there was never copying going on.
There's always copying.
But you know what it is?
Yeah,
you
but-
could copy in peace. You know why? Because there wasn't YouTube. You could go to a Congress and be like, boom, I see that.
I'm gonna take it.
I'm going to take it in New York. Ain't nobody in New York seen this. I'm good to go. That was going on back then, too.
Yeah, I didn't like it back then because back in the days, I would create something, and then someone else would do it, and then when they would do it in Europe, now they're traveling all over Europe, and I'm still in Jersey, So I did feel some type of way, even though they would tell you, when they copy, you should be flattered, whatever. Yeah, I'm flattered in Jersey City. That's,
But I think what I think
But
that
you know what? I'd rather get copied back then because you had to carry those big ass fucking
The what?
the cameras.
the cameras. That to be like this.
But I think what you're talking about is
you know what? Pop to. Now you
what's-
can just be like this with your phone.
I remember I went to a gig once, and there's a big, I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to keep this to myself. But there's a big name in Europe. And he was at the event, and he was like this in the cut, recording the whole workshop.
You should say
Like
his name.
this,
I know
with
you're
some
talking about.
shades on.
You should say it.
And we're like, yo, is he recording the class? And we're like, yo, he's literally recording the class.
I see more
And I'm
creative.
just saying.
I seen
Were-
a person put
were they
a bag
Versace
with a hole
shades?
in it, and the camera was in there, and I'm here on stage, and I would see like the little red light in a bag. I'm like, and it had a little window.
So now the question becomes this, right? Is the copying the issue or is the influence the issue?
I think there's certain moves that
And the reason why I ask you is because your influence resonates in our scene dramatically, even if the people out there don't know it. And I'm gonna give some examples after the fact, but I want to ask that question first to you. Is it the copying the issue or is it the influence?
I think the influence. I think because I don't want to take credit for everything because, like I said, we all, in some shape or form, copy. Some moves are okay to copy because they're just universal moves. You know, you can't take credit for a right turn, right? But if you do it in a different way that nobody else does it, then, you know, I think you should get credit for it. But sometimes people make the same moves.
Okay. I'm going to do that violin routine tomorrow.
I love that violin routine.
No, yours.
Oh.
Not mine.
Actually, I'm actually bringing it back.
Are you?
You should.
Yeah, I just can't find dancers.
Yo, it's hard.
What were you going to say?
What I was gonna say was, like, I know you work with you train and you help choreograph, and your influence in particular, like, has been really prevalent. And even if people don't know that, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I'll be honest, I knew it, but when I went to your event in Jersey, which it was cool. Maybe, I don't know if you're doing it again.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk about that at the end to kind of get the info. But I remember when you were introducing MG, I think.
Yes.
Right, and you were talking about how you helped them out, and their shit is off the fucking hook.
They're dope.
I don't want to say I helped them out. I just basically, they hired me to do a private, and I showed them my the way I do choreos and my drills, things that I've learned, and they just took it to another level.
But that's influence, though.
Yeah.
Right, because at the end of the day, there's got to be some sort of, like, I'll be honest, like, you know, I work with Nelson, and when I got to Nelson, the first thing he said to me was, we got to fix your posture. Now, what the hell do I know about posture and stuff like that? Now, his methods in fixing the posture were very, very questionable and not things that I appreciate. But nonetheless, like, that's something that has always resonated to this day. Again, it's not something that we necessarily mention, but clearly something that you've said has influenced that work, and that work is fucking out of this world. It's like, it's next level, that shit.
Yeah, it's a starting point. It's a starting point.
It's a starting point.
Creates
Or a reference point.
Yeah,
Because I don't think they look like Caribbean soul.
Right.
But there's something, Ismael, about the vibe.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, just doing choreos and teaching people my methods. But I want to do it more here. I don't want to always go to another country, another state. You know, I want to do it more here, but it's harder here for some reason, for me.
I hear you. I get that.
You're a bigger star.
You're a bigger star
away than you are at home.
Yeah.
I get it.
Which is I mean, I don't know if that's a bad thing, bro. That could be a good thing, though, no?
I guess. I just want to do choreos. I want to coach. I just want to do that. But like I said, right now it's just hard for me.
I got you.
And, you know, getting male dancers, they're in danger.
Yo, bro.
We're an endangered species.
We're an endangered species right now, and that's been always, though. That's
always been. That's always been.
Men have always been good male dancers. Has always been hard to find, for sure.
Yeah, or people that want to work hard. I'm like, if you're lazier than me, then we kind of. You know, David Melendez, all my. That's what I tell everybody. My peers always kept me in check. You know, David Melendez one time he was driving home from a congress, and he goes, man, I feel that Caribbean Soul could be one of the best groups in the world. He goes, but you do a choreo, and then you get excited, you do another choreo without perfecting the one you already have. You know? Yeah. It's like, I just want to keep doing more choreo. I never really perfected them, but everybody will always give me their advice, and you know, most of it I will listen to it, and other ones I don't. And I think, you know, we don't have that these days. Nobody's checking everybody. Nobody's helping nobody.
Because everybody knows.
Of course. Everybody knows more than everybody.
Shout out to David.
Shout out to David Melendez, R.I.P. We talked about him as well.
Yes.
Ismael, listen.
Next time you come on, we're going to talk about that phone call you gave me last year.
Phone call?
Part 2.
What'd you do?
When you accused me of talking shit about somebody.
Yeah, because you know what? When it comes to rumors, I go straight to the source. You know, listen, it's just curiosity. I don't really care. I'm like, I don't want to go by rumors. You know, hey, did you say this?
Damn, we should have talked about that today.
You know what pissed me off? Is that what
I don't want to piss you off, but I do like it when you do get pissed off. It makes for good
people
TV.
get pissed off all the time. I call a lot of people, and I'm like, whoa. I say, look, I'm just curious. You know, just plain curiosity. And if I'm gonna repeat something,
okay. At least he has the nerve to call and ask. I give him that.
Yeah, I've called some mega stars and say, yo, everybody's saying you're gay. Is that true or not?
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start there then.
Wait till you know, that's a great place to end it right there. But yo, Ismael, we gotta have you back though, because I'm sure there's a lot of stories that we haven't touched on, and I want to make sure.
Now we gotta hear about these phone calls.
Yeah, we gotta have a whole episode on you making weird calls.
No, he's in this world now, so I don't want to act like I know everything. So I'll call him. I call everybody.
All right, cool, man. I mean, yeah, that's good for good. The fact that you have that kind of vibe and that you can just go out there and ask weird questions. I've asked a few questionable questions in my time as well, so I'm not gonna sit here and judge you because I know I have. Jeff's laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. But
what did you think when I first started calling you?
What?
Like, did it bother you
What?
that I called you?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
About something you said. I heard that you're saying this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it annoyed me. It didn't annoy me that you called me. It annoyed me that.
Well, if it's not true, that means I could defend you, right?
What? I don't need to do that.
I'm just saying.
I don't need to talk shit about other people.
Listen, for
It's
me,
it's not necessary.
listen, whether it's right or wrong, good or bad, if I'm curious about something, I'm gonna ask.
What I want to know is who told you that.
ooh, let's just put it out there. What we talking about?
Bro, right now, I don't remember yesterday right now. You should have asked
Who
me that
told
same
Yo,
day.
I'm gonna be honest. You
I
can't
did
use
ask
that
you that.
amnesia's an
what
excuse
did I
for
say?
everything.
You didn't say anything
I don't remember.
because I said it. That's why.
Not me, guys. I don't know.
If you talk shit about me, I'd body
Not
slap
me.
you. I'd put you in a figure 4 leg lock.
Right now, my
me
mind
and
is
Josh.
blank. I'll need time to think about that because I don't talk unless I know.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things where somebody creates a rumor, right? Like if I go to you because I don't like Edwin and I go, yo, you heard Edwin talking shit about me and Edwin saying this,
And I
That's
go, what? And I call
Right.
Edwin and I go, Edwin, you said this about
Exactly.
Jeff?
exactly.
And Jeff goes, what? What are you talking
No, I don't think it was that situation.
I
Because
think
that's right there obvious. Of course, everybody would do that. But honestly, I don't remember. But I think
because the first thing you say, yo, I'm not saying names. That's the first thing you said to me that day.
yeah, but there was more than one.
Oh. Then you gotta put names out there, bro.
I don't remember.
I'm down, bro. I'm here for
Once
it.
you tell me what I need to know, I don't remember anything else. You know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna forget about this whole interview.
Well, don't forget it, because we need you to come back.
I would love to go back.
Yo, tell them about your event. What's going on with your event? What
Well-
date, time?
Well, I don't have a set date yet. It's not exactly the way I did it. I want to find another venue that has a pool. So right now,
Okay.
I'm in the process of looking.
Where are you looking? Where?
Atlantic City, New Jersey.
All right.
You know,
We
we
some money that weekend.
Well, we
went.
did. We won some real money that weekend.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. So when you get a date, you're gonna let us know.
always. You
All
got
right,
always special guests.
What social media? What's your social media?
Caribbean Soul Dancers on Instagram, Ismael CSD. Basically, anything that's a Caribbean Soul.
That's his.
That's it.
Guys, that's his. And it's been his for 30 years. So leave it alone. All right, yo, thank you for coming, my brother. All right, yo, make sure you guys follow us on social media, on This Scene of Ours, on Instagram. Edwin, what's your Insta with the double underscores?
Yeah.
No, pero dilo otra vez.
No, Edwin _ Tolentino.
2 underscores.
Two.
Guys. And
Jeff
Jeff's
Huracan.
DJ Abel NYC. Again, guys, make sure you
New
follow
York
us.
Salsa Congress.
New York Salsa Congress, Tri-State Dance Fest. This has been
Animals
awesome.
Dance Studio in Huracan.
Yes. We have a lot of social media to follow.
Soon to be
post
everycongress.com.
soon to be. Well, I don't know. I don't want every
Not with
Congress.
those phone calls.
Yeah, now. Yo, on that note, guys, thank you very much. Till the next time. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.
Kind of hoping it hits you in the head.